Okay, folks, it's a beautiful, cool day here in the Blue Ridge Mountains. The first time I've ever filmed on YouTube in the Blue Ridge Mountains. And we're in a cemetery here. I'm not going to tell you which one because I really don't want to give away my location exactly. I've got reasons for that. But, you know, they probably know already where I am anyway. Doesn't make any difference, folks. It's the hour's too late to even worry about it. Right at the top of the hill up there, there's Crowley's the Giant's Thumb up there. Yeah, telling you the truth, guys. I passed plenty of those Giant's Thumbs on the way here there when I finally rode a Greyhound bus up in here from Florida. But this is the very first video that I have made since I've been here, back in my own home territory. My message is to the people that don't like me, if you're going to come get me now, you're going to play on my turf now, okay? This is my turf now, baby. You're going to get me here, on my turf, not yours, all right? Your turf play is over. My turf play is here now. So there you go. All right, we're going to take a look at this graveyard today and what it means exactly in terms of history of Southwest Virginia and what we've known and what we've not known throughout the years. And I'm going to show you a depiction of something that's not too common in this graveyard that is the enemy within, folks. And there's only one real good example of it in the whole graveyard. There would be several examples of it if we were in a big city, but only one example here. So stay tuned here. We're going to stop at several different places and talk about some of these tombstones. And there's going to be a two-part series to this is what it's going to be. And I'm going to make that second part probably tonight because it's going to involve some of the coat of arms of some of the last names that you see here. Most of these people you see buried here, folks, they were good people who worked hard in the Blue Ridge Mountains. They were just common, everyday people. Many of them went to church. None of them never really seen the big picture, I don't think. The sadness that I see when I walk through this graveyard, how many thousands of us in the Blue Ridge Mountains has actually died and not known who we were. And guys, that's one thing that I really want to make clear right now. And I want to make it clear that I thank the Lord for, that I don't think I'm going to die and not know who I am. And for that, I am blessed immensely. But anyway, let's get busy with what I was going to show you. This is one of the more older graves here, folks, of the Frey family. And let's see here, out of respect, folks, I'm going to put their flowers back up here, out of respect. They fell over, and I think somebody should have had enough respect to have picked those back up whenever they mowed, but apparently they didn't. But this was one of the more older graves. They died back in 1972. It's been nearly a half a century ago. Born in 1889. Some of these graves that's in here are all the way back in the early 1800s when the Confederacy was in force here. This was a Confederate graveyard quite a bit in those days. But anyway, let's move on. Like I said before, some of these people, they know who they are. Maybe a few, most of these people did. Most of the head markers that you see that's in any of these graveyards, it's just stuff that they picked out when they went to find their graves. There was really no purpose behind it in terms of their blood lineages. This one might be questionable. I don't know. This is the Smith family, and I don't even know who they are. Now it says at the top, in memory of our son, Holly. So I'm assuming what has happened right here is their son has died a very early death because he probably had no wife. He probably died very early. And what has happened is they went on ahead and they've set the marker up And his mother and his father, you see, are going to be buried on both sides of him, and he's buried in the center. So that's why the marble is blank on both sides here. Now, this tombstone could be reminiscent of someone who perhaps knows who they are, or maybe it's just an incident that they just liked the way that it looked when it went in. Who knows? Some of this stuff is on purpose, some of it is not. As you can see right here, though, you have the Holy Grail right here, whether they realize that or not. Our blood is here, we are here. That's what this means. This is a cup of the Holy Grail, folks. You know, you people quite often hear me talk about the Holy Grail of King Arthur. And it very well could be, you know, so who knows? Who knows? You know, this is the other side of the Holy Grail. Could be an accident. They could have just picked it out. Could have not been. Here's someone from the Marine Corps, folks. As you can see, Semper Fi. See? And he died in Vietnam. Well, no, he didn't die in Vietnam, but he served in Vietnam. He died September the 17th, 2002. And he was born in 1940, so he was 62 years old when he died. If you noticed, a lot of these people that have mustard gas poisoning and stuff like that, they don't live very long. So, 62 was probably a very good age for him, considering he was exposed to mustard gas. Now, this is a very old marker, and I want to tell you how you can tell the difference between a marker that is old and a marker that is not. If you take a look at some of the more modern day markers, like let's go back to 2010, you will notice that they're cut smooth. You know, they've got a very, very defined smooth look to the top of them. This one maybe not so much so, but like you take a look at this one over here. Take a look how smooth and well defined the granite is. The rough cut on the side was on purpose. That's a design. But you can see how smooth that it is on top and how well defined it is because it's cut with more modern day technology. If you go to some of the graves that they done back in the olden days, folks, back around 1900 and the late 1800s, they look more ancient. In this particular situation, this is definitely one of them. You know, this was chiseled, guys. You can tell. This is not on purpose. It was chiseled. And this is a very old grave. It was all chiseled. Not laser cut, but chiseled. And they laser cut them today, you know. But it's a very, very old grave. Probably back in the 1800s. And you can tell by the marker that's what it is. This is very interesting. I wish that somebody would help me actually do a little bit of research on this. Sally Rosser Cochran, first president. Now, I know they're not talking about President of the United States. This is a very, very old, rock-like, actually, tombstone, folks. And it's Sally Rosser Cochran, first president. Now, first president of what? I have no idea. That's why we're making a part 2 of this. We'll go around the stone so you can take a look at it. But you can see this stone is very rough cut, like it's old. This is not even a marker, folks. This really right here, basically what this is a rock that they took that was well shaped for this purpose, right out of the woods here. And what they've done is they've took the flat side of it right here that, well, it's not real flat. It's somewhat flat. It's acceptable flat for those days. Let's put it that way. And what they done was they simply chiseled on the front of it. Let's see, 1864 to 1923, Sally Rosser Cochran, first president. This person died all the way back around World War I. Was born in 1864. I'm going to do a little bit of research on this. This will be a part 2 subject somewhat. That's why I was going to make 2 parts of it, because I knew I was going to run up on things like this. This is the Guttner family, and this one is a very interesting tombstone. It has the It has the Holy Grail on top of it. It has the head of Jesus on it, and it has a very ancient looking type stone to it. I don't know if these people knew who they were or not, or if this is by accident. It could be either way. But I want to show you a grave here in just a few moments. It's not going to be by accident. No. No, they know who they are. Unlike a lot of people here. This is another one of those Holy Grail depictions. And again, folks, like I have told you before, most of these people were just good old mountain people who had no idea who they were. They knew they were here. They know their history 100, maybe 200 years back, but they don't know their history 2,000 or 3,000 years back. Could this be on purpose? Maybe. Could it be by accident? Probably by accident. But I'll show you one in a moment it's not. I'm going to show you two of them here back to back, guys. This has got a little lamb on top of it, and you see a whole lot of this kind of thing. 1915 to 1920, this kid was 5 years old, Daniel. Daniel Piley, or Riley, I can't even read it. A P or a R, but it looks like Piley or Polly, Daniel. 5-year-old baby. And that happened a whole lot, folks. You can see the little lamb at the top. There's another one right down over the hill here I'm going to show you as well that's like this. This is another one. And this baby was 14 years old. Got the little lamb at the top. And so, very old. 1912 was when they died. 1898 buried. It has a little lamb on top of it. We're going to move on now, and I'm going to show you someone who knows who they are. Now, you guys know as well as I do, I think that the tribe of Dan went to... that they went into the regions of Greece, and the Trojan and Spartanic wars had a whole lot to do with them. You folks also know that if you know me, you know that I think the tribe of Dan was more pharaohs, more pharaonic than they were Jews. And that's the reason why they're not in the 144,000 elect in the 12 tribes in Revelations, folks, because they are no longer the blood lineage of the Jews. They are the blood lineage of Pharaoh. And you don't see much of that here. And you may say, well, Jerry, what depicts that? Well, let's take a good look around here. And most of the tombstones you see around here, folks, they're by accident. It's just something that the family thought looked nice. It really didn't have any relation to anything. Because we've lost who we are, in my opinion. Now, I'm about ready to show you someone who has not lost who they are. And they are unique. They're the only ones who have a tombstone in this entire multi-hundreds of graves that is made this way, and it's a giveaway. Okay, so let's go to that. Let's go to that one. As promised, folks, here it is. The obelisk, and this one is about 10 feet high, and it should come as no surprise whatsoever to anyone that this grave has the name Troy on it. Troy. I mean, is this by accident? I don't even know if this person's laying here now. They don't have a birth and death date on this. But this is an obelisk, folks, is what this is. It's an obelisk. About 10.5 feet tall. This person knows who they are. This person knows who their heritage is for a couple of thousand years. This obelisk for a grave is absolutely positively no accident. They know who they are, they know who their heritage is, they know their blood lineage, they know the Holy Grail of their family. And this is part of the great deception of today, folks, because these people have kept this stuff a secret for many years. But there's some of us now who know different. And you can see this obelisk. And this is not an accident, guys. It is absolutely, positively not an accident. And you know what? This is the only one out of hundreds of people in this graveyard that has a pharaonic-dominated obelisk for a tomb. See, the war memorial you have in Washington, D.C., folks, that is a Freemasonic symbology of the pharaonic domination here in the United States. You people know that I think the Democrat and Republican Party and the whole democracy thing, you people know that I think it's nothing but a hogwash, and that's what it is. It's hogwash for you people to think that somehow you have a choice. These are the ones of the people running everything, folks. This is the, and I'm not going to say this person in particular, this is the enemy within. These are the people who are inside your society that you think are like you, and they're not like you. These are the ones running the state of Israel, folks. Revelation 2:9 and 3:9 will tell you these things. So let's have a walk down to the center courtyard here to end this video. But you can see once again, this is the only one that looks this way. There's a few ones here that are shorter than this. Was that by accident? Was it not? Who knows? It could be. But this one is no accident. This is too profound to be an accident. And it's the only one like it in the entire graveyard out of thousands of graves, folks. But guys, I want to tell you something. And this is going to bring a climactic end to this video. These people that you see here in the Blue Ridge Mountains, there is a pitiful story to be led behind these people, as well as the people that I'm birthed from. These people, guys, they are the lost tribes of Israel. We weren't in these mountains because we just thought this looked like a nice place to live, you know. We weren't in these mountains because it was just someplace nice to live. No. We were in these mountains because we were hiding. As we've done our entire life. Ever since we lived in Ireland, Scotland. That's right. We've been hiding. But there's no place left to hide now, is there? You know, that's why that the Lord said, when you see my name preached to every corner of the earth, the time is nigh. He knows there's no place left to hide, folks. And we discussed earlier, as you can well see, I know there's no place left to hide. I saw this kind of thing coming in here all the way up. And it's an image of today's times, folks. Total control of the earth. But these people died. And they never knew who they were. They thought they were Gentiles. And they're not. These are the lost tribes of Israel, folks. This Bible Belt that runs through here, through West Virginia, Virginia and Kentucky, into Tennessee, into North Carolina, this mountainous belt that runs through here, the Blue Ridge Mountain, the Lonesome Pine Trail, houses the greatest concentration of the lost tribes of Israel that they are. And what's so sad, folks, about this whole thing, they died and they didn't know who they were. Well, you know what? I'm not going to die. The Lord has showed me, folks. The Lord has showed me that I'm of the tribe of Judah. And I'm not going to renounce it for anyone. It doesn't matter who they are. Now, I don't know what this is. I don't proclaim to know everything, guys. Especially when it comes to a graveyard. You guys might be able to tell me. Could be a memorial of some kind. Could be somebody that sponsored some money. I don't know what this thing is. Kind of looks like panels. I don't think it's an above-ground morgue-like thing. No, I don't think it could be. I doubt it. They don't make it this way. But it's a Smith, Rhonda K. Clark, 1963 to 2017. It could be. Could be an above ground thing. I don't know. You'd have to tell me what that is. I don't know. I can't see them putting that out like that, just, you know. But who knows? But these are, folks, all these graves you see, these are the lost tribes of Israel. A high concentration of it. Now, I know some of you are going to say, well, Jerry, they're back home again. Okay. If you really want to believe that Druid sun worshippers, folks, the Canaanites are the lost tribes of Israel, you just go right on ahead, okay? That way you can join the ranks of the rest of the people I'm kin to who believe that stuff, who have renounced who they are to people who say they are something that they're not, okay? Simple as that. I can't put it any plainer. You can get offended at that all you want to. Offend away. Doesn't matter to me. But thank you for watching my video. And I'm telling you guys, these people, they are the lost tribes. And as you can see, they've got the hillsides over here that they're going to continue to fill up. But you know what? I don't think this is going to last long enough for them to do that. I don't. The fifth and final age is here, guys. It is what it is. But I appreciate you watching my video. And remember, we have someone that's within us that don't even have the same skull you people have. You just saw the pharaonic domination of the phallus. That's what that is. The obelisk, the Egyptian obelisk of the pharaohs. Not in Egypt anymore. They are amongst us and they are ruling in high positions, guys. And society doesn't identify it, just like they don't identify these are the lost tribes. By the way, we're seeing dogwood winter here right now. As you can see on top of the hill up here, the dogwood's real blue. So it's been cold here. Thank you for watching my video.